Hey, check this out. So I purchased a 2021 Honda Super Cub. This is a mini moto that's been out for a long time and one that I've wanted for quite a while, and found a particularly good deal on this one that was only about 10 miles away from the house. But it's not in the best shape. So that also, of course, is what I like to do, making modifications and customizing the bike the way that I want it. I'm not exactly sure what the end state of this bike's going to be. First thing is to clean it up, oil change, tightening the chain. There's lots of things rattling. There's lots of things that are loose, but for the most part, it seems to have good bones. It has close to 6,000 miles on it, which is more than any mini moto that I've owned. But knowing this little 125cc engine pretty well, I'm sure I'll have no problem getting it tuned up well and keeping it running right. Again, not really sure what the plans are, but wanted to show you the bike before I started messing with it, particularly before I started cleaning up some of the little things, because there's lots of issues like this mirror. Looks like it's not threaded properly. It looks like it's probably cross-threaded. These grips, they say Rizoma, but I'd be surprised. They're pretty faded and falling apart. There's some plastic pieces on the shift linkage and the brake pedal. The exhaust is of an unknown brand origin. I'm not sure if it's even designed for this. It looks like these are passenger pegs if you want to sit on the back of the rack here, but that I'll probably be taking off. But overall, the bones seem to be good enough. And again, the price was something that was hard to pass up. So just walking around the bike, the plastics all look in relatively good shape. One thing that I do have going for me though, Mike from Rider's Block did a very cool custom Honda Super Cub build. And he's got a lot of leftover parts, including a brand new front fairing. This one has some trim that's been glued on that I'm sure I could clean up, but having a brand new one would be great. There's also some paint missing in a couple of places. For instance, this right crankcase cover here looks pretty scratched up. I happen to have an extra one from, probably it was from the original Monkey. Although it has this extra bolt here, this is probably to adjust the auto clutch, which my Monkey doesn't have, so maybe that won't be a direct swap. But I mean, if nothing else, this is easy to pull off and just paint to clean up. I've got the same, what is it, Honda Cloud Silver paint that I've used for some of the CT70 builds. Again, there's just a lot of plastic parts here that I can pull off. The rear fairing all looks pretty good. In some cases, there's scratches like back here. Well, I bet this just this just rotates. So there may be some ways to hide it. Some steel wool here to take off some rust. Honestly, this looks pretty rough for a bike that's 2021. I mean, that's only 3, maybe 4 years old, depending on when it came out. But it looks like it's lived a good life actually being ridden. I know a lot of the bikes that I have are in really good condition because I put pretty limited miles on it. So I can't knock it for having lived a good life. Looking forward though to cleaning it up and having it live its second life here on the East Coast-ish motorcycle farm. So that's it. Just wanted to do a brief overview and walk around of this bike before I start cleaning things up. Some of these things will be very easy, and then some of the modifications as I figure out what I want this bike to look like when I'm done, and for it to all start taking shape. But again, overall in good condition. I'm hoping I don't find any gremlins as I start to take it apart. But again, knowing this particular engine and these Honda mini platforms being as simple as they are, I can't imagine anything that I'm going to find being too difficult to overcome. But knock on wood, because I've jinxed myself in the past. So excited to have this bike, one more for the channel to do builds on and just have another thing to ride. So anyway, please, if you're interested in watching this build become whatever it becomes, please subscribe to the channel. If this was interesting at all, please click that thumbs up button. Thank you everybody for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and keep on building.